Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Over the past weeks, I've explored every single class in Hearthstone in regard to how they're positioned with the upcoming standard rotation. If you're unfamiliar with the standard rotation, in Hearthstone, when the first expansion of each year is released, it's always released in April, so the next one is coming in April 2019. That means that expansions that are from 2 years prior will rotate out of standard format and be only available in wild, in single player modes and in some of the tavern brawls. In this upcoming standard rotation, the expansions that will be leaving the standard format are Journey to Un'Goro, Knights of the Frozen Throne, and Kobolds and Catacombs. And this will of course have a drastic effect on the performance of each class. Obviously, the upcoming expansion will also have a big effect, but I think it's still interesting to take a look at this already. So this is the top classes after the standard rotation, if the standard rotation were to happen now without any new cards added. What you can take away from this is, one, you can take a look at, okay, these classes that are at the bottom compared to classes that are at the top will need to get some really good stuff from the expansion to be viable. And also the classes that are going to be at the top, based on the current cards, might not even need that much from the rotation. Remember stuff like Q-Block, for example, just going uncaring about a rotation last year. So what are the power rankings? Who's at the top? Who's at the bottom? If we take away the cards that are rotating out right now. Let's find out. Class number 9, so the absolute worst class in the game, if the rotation were to happen today, would be Priest. Priest is going to lose Shadow Visions, it's going to lose Anduin, it's going to lose everything. It still has dreams of combo decks. There's Inner Fire, there's Divine Spirit, there's Velen. It can meme a little bit with spells and maybe get some Grave Horrors on the board sometime during the game. Or it can try to do some things with Princess Talanji, but overall Priest is looking disastrously bad. The class is going to need a lot of help from the new expansion. Class number 8, Druid. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Druid is going to lose almost all of its archetypes, it's going to lose almost all of its combo things. It still has this one combo thing kind of going, there's the Dream Petal, Florist, Flopidinous, Flop, Malygos, but with no branching paths, no spreading plagues. How on earth is Druid going to survive until they can make use of that Malygos? In the latest expansions, Druid has got some beast memes. Can those memes become more than dreams? It doesn't seem that likely. And then, the most probable Druid archetype to survive is actually tokens. Tokens with stuff like Tree Speaker, transforming some Trents into Ancients, and then, of course, there's always Savage Roar. But Token Druid is not very good at defending itself, so is that even going to make it? It looks dire for Druid after such a long time at the top. Class number 7. We're still very close to the bottom, and it's Warlock. Warlock is going to lose everything. It has to pay the ultimate price finally. Gul'dan is going away. Cubes are going away. Even Doomguard is going away. What? Warlock. Oh Warlock, you're losing so much. However, I'm still putting Warlock above Priest and Druid, because Warlock always has 2. Grim Rally, Solarium. Yeah, the 2 is also going to be a bit different, no more heal 2. But 2 as an archetype, as long as you can tap a button and draw more cards, that's such a good skill to have in a card game. So even when Warlock is bad, there's bound to be someone who's going to be even worse. Coming in at number 6 is Mage. Frostless Jaina is going away, Arcane Artificer is going away, Mage doesn't have any control tools left, it can't heal itself, it can't armor up. What can Mage do? It can play Book of Spectres, Arugal, it can play a lot of minions, very magely, maybe? And it can take an old school tempo route. Cosmic Anomaly, Frostbolts, Fireballs, pew pew in the face a little bit. And I guess there's still some secret synergies around with Subject 9 and Kirinto Mage. But overall, Mage is losing a lot in the rotation. Also, all the most recent Mage cards were made to support the Odd Mage archetype, and Baku is rotating out as a surprise move. So, haha, I guess your last expansion just got pulled away from you. a surprise class is going to rise all the way to number 5. It's Shaman. How is it possible? Shaman is the worst class in the game right now. Yes, it's the worst class in the game, but many of its best decks, which are still bad decks, are not losing much of anything. So, when everyone else is losing everything, and these bad decks don't lose things, they will become good decks eventually. Shaman is the ultimate value grinder in the post-rotation meta, with Hagatha the Witch and Shudderwock, and maybe adding some dragons to that shell, and suddenly you have a value grinding control deck out there. Shaman also keeps the aggro overload archetype. There's Thunderheads and Spirits, and there's spells that go phase. It's not doing that great right now, but it's not losing anything in the rotation. Yeah, and then I'm sure some Shamans will still want to use some tokens, even though evolve mechanics are going away. And there's the Stormbringer, but, well, that's probably more in the meme realm. But we're starting to get into some good stuff here. Coming in at number 4 is Paladin. Paladin looks like one of the most promising combo decks in the future, because Shirvala, Baleful Banker, that Shirvala combo, Holy Wrath combo Paladin, is still there. It's going to survive. And Paladin is also the one class that is able to make good use of Hakar, because Prince Liam is going to negate the effects of Hakar on it. And with Odd and Even Paladin finally going away, leaving room for other experimentation in the mid-range Paladin space. Kangor's Endless Army is still staying in standard format, and so is the Mechano Egg. Just saying. Coming in at number 3 is Hunter. How is this possible? Hunter is the best class in the game. Well, Hunter is losing Deathstruck Rexa, Dire Mole, and Crackling Razormaw. So it's both losing its infinite value engine, and it's losing the biggest explosiveness from the start of the game. So it won't be quite as good, but there's still a chance that Midrange Hunter can be evolved into the best deck in the game again. But even if it is, Hunter is losing a lot of archetypes, because all the Death Rattle Hunters and Spell Hunters and all of that stuff is going away. So there's the mid-range shell, there's some room for maybe some aggressive secret things, and Zul'jin is staying. Perhaps Zul'jin will even make an appearance in the mid-range Hunter archetype, casting some Dire Frenzies and Master's Calls. It is still possible that Hunter may even end up with the number 1 deck in the game after the rotation. But looking at all the stuff that some other classes get to keep, Hunter should be a little bit afraid. Coming in at number 2 is Rogue. Pirates and Tempo. Rogue is keeping the entire new pirate package. There's Captain Hooktusk, there's tons of pirates like Ticket Scalpers, Cursed Castaways. There's even the raiding party to tutor for pirates and weapons from the deck. There's a lot of pirate stuff going on. Rogue is also getting to keep for another year the best rogue spell ever made, Myra's Unstable Element. And it's going to keep Henge Clantalk for another year too. And Spirit of the Shark is always looking for some opportunities. Rogue is going to have a lot of viable archetypes. And yeah, some people are going to try to play Steve Rogue with Tess Greymane and stuff, but they probably shouldn't. Finally, coming in as number 1 is Warrior. Warrior gets to keep so much. Just imagine a world where Baku was not rotating out. Warrior would be untouchable. It would be so incredibly strong. It's still keeping all sorts of stuff because it got a lot last year. It got the whole Mech synergy stuff with Dr. Boom. It got the whole Dragon synergy stuff. And Warmaster Boon might even become playable now, because you don't have to be odd anymore. And these dragons give you removal, they give you armor, they give you all sorts of things that you might be missing when you don't have that 4 armor hero power anymore. Warrior's also getting to keep the rush mechanic. Basically 3 expansions, 3 archetypes opened up for Warrior, and it gets to keep all of them. Mechs, dragons, rushes. Not to mention one of the least affected decks in the entire meta in the rotation, losing just 1 card, 1 copy of Bloodraiser, is the Mechatoon Warrior. Warrior as the top tier combo deck, it can happen in Year of the Dragon. I hope you enjoyed this short preview into what Year of the Dragon can offer us. Of course, once we get the first expansion details, many things will change. But already looking at what each class is getting to keep, this meta looks completely different from the one that we're playing right now.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.